So we're going to talk about air masses, and it's important that you look over these slides because we will be using this information in upcoming activities. Slides. We care about the latitude because the latitude dictates how direct or how strong those rays from the sun. So if it's at the equator or the tropics, they're going to be warmer, and they're equatorial or tropical air masses. The polar or the Arctic areas, they're called polar or Arctic air masses, and they are colder, and that should make sense. Think of the North Pole, the South Pole. Think of Antarctica. So let's break this down a little bit. Look at the humidity of the mass. Is it continental or maritime? So is it over land or is it over water? Is the humidity low for continental or is the humidity high, which means it's maritime? Then we have to consider where it came from. Is it warm and from the tropical area? Is it cold and from the polar area? And then you put it together. So you pair what it came from and where it came from. So for example, continental tropical. We have a lowercase c and a capital T. C for continental, T for tropical. If it's continental, it forms over land. If it's tropical, it's from the tropical region. So what does that tell us about the air? Well, it's warm because of where they formed, and therefore it has low humidity. We know that it has low humidity because it formed over land, over the continents. There's not as much humidity relative to water. Now, yes, you can have humid air, however, it's dependent upon where it forms. Forming over the ocean is absolutely going to give you more humidity than forming over land. So this is a nice little diagram showing you different air masses. Maritime polar air masses, if you take a look, this right here is a body of water. It's going to have more moisture in it than if it did form over land, but it's still cold. It's from polar. The Arctic air mass is from way up north. It's super cold. And down below we have maritime tropical. Maritime means ocean. It's forming over the ocean. It's at a tropical region. So how much humidity is it going to have? Low or high? High. How about its temperatures? Cold or warm? Warm. So maritime humidity, tropical temperature. So just a few things to make sure we talk about. When an air mass has a different temperature than the land it's moving over, it's marked for that. So we use W for warmer and K for colder. Why do you think we use K instead of C? C is already being used. So that's just going to tag along at the end. So air masses can change as they move. They can cool down or warm up depending upon where they're moving. And think about it as an air mass moving from Texas up to Maine. Temperature is going to change a little bit.